I am especially ready to enter these worlds if COVID is not a thing there. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I am taking you through some of the book worlds that I would absolutely love to celebrate Christmas in. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love being with my family at Christmas time. It's one of my favourite times of year when we all just come together, sit down and have a great time together. But if any of these worlds were open for me to join, I would absolutely jump on that. The first world is kind of a mix of reality and the world from the book itself, and that's New York from I Heart New York by Lindsay Kelk. Angela's one of my favourite characters, and I have a feeling that walking around New York with her, having her show me all the sights, where's the best to get a bargain in the sales, all the best restaurants to eat in, all of the best cafes to have a drink that aren't Starbucks or aren't something like a chain that you would know. I feel like Angela and her best friend Jenny are the two people to have as your tour guide when you're in New York at Christmas for the first time. There is also a book in this series called I Heart Christmas, which is set at Christmas time in New York. You can kind of read it as a standalone if you haven't read any other books and you're just looking for a book that brings you to New York at Christmas time. But this is a great series. And if the New York that's here is anything like New York in real life, I am absolutely up to spending Christmas there. The next place I would absolutely love to spend Christmas is Lara Jean's house from To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I feel like the family is so welcoming, so wonderful to each other. And I just feel like anybody who comes to spend Christmas with them would have an absolutely amazing time. Lara Jean is a phenomenal baker. Her sister Kitty is just phenomenally funny. And I feel as well like Margot would have really great stories about all of her travels from across the world and about her time studying in Edinburgh. I feel as well like Lara Jean's dad is a really good cook. So I feel like his whole spread for Christmas dinner would be amazing. And Lara Jean's bakes would absolutely just set the day off perfectly. And I feel like they are a family who really appreciates a board game night. And there's no better way to spend Christmas together. The next one is The Palace in Washington from the American Royal Zoology by Mcgee. Royal families really come together and show us all up at Christmas time. They have such elaborate times together. The Christmas trees are huge. They have big family gatherings with so much food, so much celebration, so many festivities. I feel like that is a really great place to spend Christmas. It might be a little bit more formal than anything that I might be used to. I might need to take out a big dress, for example. But I feel like it would still be really welcoming. You would still have a really great time. And it would also just be really nice to see what happens behind closed doors when everybody's together and just celebrating with their families. This one might sound a little bit weird, but hear me out. I would love to spend Christmas in the London from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, but after the events of A Christmas Carol. When Scrooge has had his kind of rude awakening and then kind of sets out to reevaluate his life, completely change how he's living, be a lot more charitable to others. I feel like Christmas time in that world will just be a huge celebration between the whole town, between families, with all of your employers and your co-workers and everything like that. I feel like it would be an absolutely wonderful place to spend Christmas together. I kind of get the feeling that after Scrooge had kind of reevaluated where he was going in life, he would have made a bigger deal of Christmas than he had before. There probably would be something like a Christmas market in the town, some kind of a fair at least. I just feel like the London that we don't see after the book would just be such a place of joy. Christmas there would be amazing to spend. Of course, there are a lot of romance books that are set in very small towns, kind of like Hallmark Christmas movies, but in the form of a book. Of all of the ones that I've read, one that really sticks out in my mind is Hope Island from Stuck on You by Portia McIntosh. In this book, Sadie brings her boss Damien home for Christmas because he doesn't have anybody to spend it with. And there's a whole Christmas tradition that goes on in the town that the whole town gets involved in. When I read it, I honestly just wanted to go there and do everything that was on the list. There's kind of like a Christmas card race between Sadie and the rest of her family where everybody is given like 20 or 30 cards to give out and they all have to kind of beat the clock to come back first from having sent them all out. But one of the traditions from this town that I absolutely loved and would love to see something like that in real life is that the whole town came together on Christmas Eve in the cinema wearing their pajamas and watching It's a Wonderful Life. This is one of my favourite Christmas films of all time. So having that kind of tradition of everybody getting together, feeling really cozy and watching this Christmas movie sounds phenomenal. I would also love to spend Christmas with the Walsh family from the whole Walsh family series by Marion Keyes. Whether it's Mammy Walsh, who is just making a fuss about absolutely everything, whether it's Helen, who is just sitting in the corner with her kind of little sly grips about everything and anything that's coming to mind. Claire and I might get on pretty well because we seem to be in quite similar places in life. I feel like the whole family would just be full of joy and laughter, and it's exactly the kind of scene that you would see in any Irish household over Christmas. Families just getting together, having a good time, catching up with each other, and I just would love to be around their kitchen table at Christmas time. In a kind of similar vein, I would also love to spend a little bit of Christmas in Ballygobbard from the Aisling series by Sarah Breen and Emer McLysett. This one is kind of cheating because I do also spend Christmas in a very, very small Irish village where everybody knows everybody. But I feel like Ballygobbard would be a really nice place to be just because you could go to Ballygo brunch and have a really nice Christmas brunch with Aisling taking care of you, making sure your pot of tea is forever filled up to the brim, making sure that you have enough sandwiches to keep you going for the day. I feel like it would be an absolutely lovely place to spend Christmas. We haven't really seen a Christmas scene in any of the books, but just from what I know about an Irish Christmas in a very small town, I feel like this is the definite place to be on Christmas Day. Finally, one of the worlds that I would absolutely love to spend Christmas in is Stony Brook from the Babysitter's Club series by Anne M. Martin. The whole town has such a lovely small town America feeling to it that is probably slightly different to what I'm used to in Ireland. And I don't feel like there's any of the books that I've seen that do feature Christmas in a big way. But I do have a feeling that the Babysitters Club themselves would absolutely pull out every single stop to make sure it was a really great Christmas. There would probably be a Christmas talent show where all of the kids that they look after come together, prepare little skits or dances or songs or anything like that, and then just put on a show for their parents. It's the definite kind of Christmas feeling that I am used to from having gone to pantos when I was younger, having gone to Christmas concerts when I was younger, having been in Christmas concerts when I was younger. And that kind of vibe is something that I would absolutely love to relive. Those are some worlds that I would absolutely adore spending Christmas in. Are there any book worlds that you would love to spend Christmas in, or any that you don't think it would be such a great idea? Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.